Good morning. Welcome to the University of Toledo's 2026 Spring Commencement. Leading today's processional is our Grand Marshal, Dr. Renee Heberly, Professor of Political Science and Public Administration and President of Faculty Senate, followed by the University President, members of the University of Toledo Board of Trustees, and university leadership. We will begin our ceremony this morning with the presentation of the flag of the United States. This will be led by the University of Toledo's Army ROTC Color Guard and Pershing Rifles Troop. The presentation of the flag will be followed by the processional. Would you please rise?
Please be seated. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us today to celebrate our graduates. I'm James Holloway, President of the University of Toledo. Today's commencement ceremony marks the completion of a milestone achieved through determination, discipline, and development. This is your moment, graduates. Congratulations. On behalf of all of us in Rocket Nation, I want to thank you for choosing the University of Toledo to equip you for your success. I am confident that your time on campus has prepared you well to pursue your professional aspirations. We are honored today to share this celebration with you and your loved ones. At this time, I invite everyone to please rise and join me in opening our ceremony with the singing of the national anthem, led by Sarah Porter, a graduating senior from Erie, Michigan, who is receiving her Bachelor of Music in Vocal Performance. Members of the University of Toledo Army ROTC Color Guard and Pershing Rifles will now present the colors. Please be seated. I'm honored to once again participate in the commencement at the University of Toledo as your president. I have often said that we are not simply a university in Toledo, but rather we are the university for Toledo, where the work we do to advance discovery, educate leaders, care for patients, and uplift students has a positive impact on our whole community, on our state, and on our nation. And the mission of our university is inseparable from the future of this city and this region. Similarly, as a new alumnus, you will have an unbreakable bond with your alma mater. We are forever linked. And so today is not an ending. It is a new beginning. The crossing of the next stage begins the next phase of your path through life, the continuation of your journey to contribute through service, through growth, through civic participation, and through the skill of your mind and hand. All of us here at UToledo are proud of your accomplishments and excited to celebrate your graduation today, but we are even more eager to see what you do next. For us at UToledo, it is your future success that we have ever striven to support. Your ability to pursue your own professional aspirations now that you are graduating is the goal on which we have ever been focused. You are ready for this next step. During your time at UToledo, you've had the benefit of learning in an environment steeped in discovery and where knowledge is always new. Throughout your years as a rocket, you have asked questions, wrestled with new ideas, sought opportunities for intellectual growth, and pursued your own path. Your UToledo experience has shaped you, and you are ready to meet the future on your own terms. We live in a time when some ask, what is the value of a college degree? And the answer is often couched in the undeniable lifetime wage premium that college graduates have, or their low unemployment rate in the years after graduation. And these benefits are certainly real. But you did not labor and learn these past years for compensation alone. You know that there is a larger benefit to society as a whole in your education. You, who will soon hold those degrees towards which you have long striven, will contribute to society as much as you individually gain yourselves. You will care for the sick and make them well. You will teach the young and help them grow wise. You will operate our factories and create the physical goods that support our lives. You will write the plays, the books, or the movies that bring us pleasure and teach us the subtle lessons we might not learn in any other way. Your college education has set you on a path of achievement for yourselves, yes, but it has also laid the foundation for your contributions to your fellow humans and to society as a whole. Believe in yourself. You arrived here with promise, and you are leaving with purpose. Be proud of what you have built and take your future steps with confidence. You, with certainty, know that your ideas have value. So take action in the world. Whether launching a career, continuing your studies, starting a business, or charting other new adventures, you have developed the skills, the resourcefulness, and the rocket spirit that you need for success. Don't be a passive recipient of the world's experiences, but go out and make things happen. And finally, lead for impact. Rockets are about community and contribution. The world needs your curiosity, your compassion, and your willingness to take risks and to make real what others might resist. Be that person who is willing to be great, even when being good might be good enough. My commitment to you is that your alma mater will continue our own momentum, growing our achievement and impact. We are launching new initiatives in experience-based education, in research, and in health. We will ensure that your university achieves its purpose, holds to its promise, and remains rocket proud. More students will come to our university to follow in your footsteps, and like you, to prepare for lives of success and contribution. As a member of a network of 176,000 UToledo alumni, you have a strong support system around the world that will continue to assist you long after graduation day. You are forever part of Rocket Nation. Go forward with the optimism this institution celebrates. Proud, determined, accomplished, and curious, enhance your power to do more for your community and for our world. Okay, enough about you. Your hard work and determination made this day happen, but you did not do it alone. Your faculty, advisors, and mentors played an important role in supporting your accomplishments. Our university staff have built and maintained the environment in which your learning could happen. Your family, friends, and other loved ones are here celebrating you, and we're celebrating you all along the way. Many of these supporters helped you not just to celebrate the good days, but to lift you up when things were hard. They have all played a critical role in helping you achieve your dreams. Join me in recognizing all those people who were in your corner, helping you to get to this graduation day. We are proud of all that you have already done and what you have yet to achieve. I cannot wait to see what you'll do next. It is now my honor and privilege to recognize the distinguished individuals who have joined us here today to celebrate this occasion. I would like to begin by expressing my gratitude to the University of Toledo Board of Trustees, both those present with us today and those who could not attend. All of our trustees work tirelessly throughout the year to support our university. I would also like to recognize our provost, vice presidents, deans, and other key university leaders. In the interest of time, I ask all our leaders to please stand together and be recognized. I now call upon Provost and Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Mitchell McKinney, to begin the recognition of our graduates and proceed with the presentation of degree candidates.
31 of our undergraduate candidates have completed the requirements for fulfillment of their baccalaureate study through our university's Jessup Scott Honors College. They're wearing medallions attached to gold ribbons to commemorate high achievement in the rigorous honors curricula at the University of Toledo. Degree candidates who have earned an honors medallion from the Jessup Scott Honors College, please rise to be recognized for your outstanding accomplishments. Please be seated. A number of our graduating candidates today are also wearing blue and gold twisted honor cords. These candidates are graduating baccalaureates with highest distinction, or summa cum laude. To qualify, these students had to earn a cumulative grade point average of 3.9 or higher for all college work. Will these candidates please stand? Please be seated. Candidates wearing blue cords are graduating baccalaureates with great distinction, or magna cum laude. To qualify, these students had to earn a cumulative grade point average of at least 3.6 for all college work. Will these candidates please stand? Please be seated. Candidates wearing gold cords are graduating baccalaureates with distinction, or cum laude. To qualify, these students had to earn a cumulative grade point average of at least 3.3 for all college work. Will these candidates now please stand? Please be seated. Candidates wearing white cords are graduating associates with high scholarship. To qualify, these students had to earn a cumulative grade point average of at least 3.3 for all college work at the associate level. Will these candidates please stand? Please be seated. Please join me in applause now to acknowledge the scholastic achievements of all of these students. At this time, we would like to recognize the cadets who have completed the Army ROTC program and were commissioned as officers on Friday, May 1st, and are graduating today. They are wearing black and gold cords. Would the new officers who are with us today please stand? Thank you. Please be seated. On behalf of the University of Toledo community and the Student Veterans of America, University of Toledo chapter, it's my privilege to recognize those graduates wearing the red, white, and blue military honors cord. These courageous men and women have served or currently serving in the United States Armed Forces. We thank you for your distinguished service and your sacrifice to our country. Please stand and be recognized. Thank you. Please be seated. At this time, I would also like to recognize our first-generation graduates, those who are the very first in their families to earn a college degree. If you're a first-generation college graduate, please stand so we may celebrate your achievements. Please be seated. We now recognize the undergraduate degree candidates. Today, we celebrate 1,416 candidates for baccalaureate degrees and 76 candidates for associate degrees. And I call upon Dean Melissa Gregory to present the candidates from the Judith College of Arts, Social Sciences, and Education.
Will all candidates for baccalaureate and associate degrees from the Judith College of Arts, Social Sciences, and Education please rise? President Holloway, as Dean of the Judith College of Arts, Social Sciences, and Education, I am pleased to present these candidates for their respective degrees. Please join me in recognizing these candidates. I now call upon Dean Muhammad Elahiniya to present the candidates from the College of Engineering.
Please be seated. Will all candidates for baccalaureate degree from the College of Engineering please rise? President Holloway, as Dean of the College of Engineering, I'm pleased to present these candidates for their respective degrees. Please join me in recognizing these candidates. Please be seated. I now call upon Dean Emran Ali to present the candidates from the College of Medicine and Life Sciences.
With all the candidates for baccalaureate degree from the College of Medicine and Life Sciences, please rise. President Holloway, as Dean of the College of Medicine and Life Sciences, I'm pleased to present the candidates for these degrees. Please join me once again in recognizing these candidates. Off script, these are inaugural degrees, first in their respective fields. Congratulations. I now call upon Dean Marcus Seeger to present the candidates from the College of Natural Sciences and Mathematics.
Will all candidates for baccalaureate degrees from the College of Natural Sciences and Mathematics please rise? President Holloway, as Dean of the College of Natural Sciences and Mathematics, I am pleased to present these candidates for their respective degrees. Please join me in recognizing these candidates. Please be seated. I now call upon Dean Pamela Heaton to present the candidates from the College of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences.
Will all candidates for baccalaureate degrees from the College of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences please rise? President Holloway, as Dean of the College of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences, I am pleased to present these candidates for their respective degrees. Please join me in recognizing these candidates. Please be seated.
Now, one more time, will all undergraduate degree candidates please rise? President Holloway, I am very pleased to present these students, each of whom has completed all requirements for the baccalaureate and associate degrees.
Now, upon the recommendation of the faculty and by the authority vested in me by the state of Ohio and the trustees of the University of Toledo, I do confer upon all these qualified candidates, including those who are absent, the degrees for which they have met the requirements. You are charged with the duties and responsibilities of those degrees and granted the privileges and prerogatives appertaining thereto. Now, the next piece is rather technical, so I'm going to demonstrate. It's gonna look like this. Don't do it yet. It's gonna look like that, okay? All right. At this time, all the baccalaureate and associate degree candidates may move their tassels from the front right of their mortarboards to the front left. The faculty and the Board of Trustees join me in extending congratulations to you and in noting the indivisible link between you and the University of Toledo. Welcome to our alumni family. You are forever a rocket. Please join me once again in recognizing these graduates. Please be seated, and I'm going to put Rocky and Roxy away. I would now like to introduce Dr. Eleanor Awadala, Vice Chair of the University of Toledo Board of Trustees, who will deliver remarks.
Who does not have to wear that hat. On behalf of the University of Toledo Board of Trustees, I extend our sincere congratulations to today's graduates. Your journey to this moment has required dedication, perseverance, and many hours of study in the classroom, the laboratory, and beyond. In addition to focusing on your studies, we also hope your time at the university has been filled with memorable experiences, cheering on the Rockets, building lasting relationships, and growing both personally and professionally. As graduates of the University of Toledo, you are the leaders of tomorrow. We look to you for innovative solutions, a commitment to making a positive impact, and a spirit of collaboration that strengthens our communities. As you move forward, please know that all of us, the Board of Trustees, university leadership, faculty, staff, alumni, fellow students, and the greater Toledo community are cheering you on and wishing you every success. We are proud of all that you have accomplished and look forward to the many achievements that lie ahead as alumni of the University of Toledo. Congratulations, graduates, and good luck.
Before we begin recognizing our graduates, we pause to honor one of our own by awarding a posthumous Bachelor of Science in Environmental Engineering to Mr. Keegan Michael Walburn. We lost Keegan far too soon, and today we remember him and honor his life and his accomplishments and the lasting impact he had on those around him. Faculty described Keegan as a bright, compassionate, thoughtful student who approached environmental engineering with both intellect and heart. He embraced leadership opportunities and in a project-based course developed real-world habitat restoration solutions for a community client. The director of the laboratory where he conducted his undergraduate research noted that Keegan brought not only excellence to his work, but also a genuine sense of energy and joy to the lab. When asked why he chose environmental engineering, Keegan shared that his love of parks and nature inspired him to use science to protect and preserve the environment while serving others through his work. Though he's no longer with us, his legacy lives on through the lives he touched and the work he inspired. I invite his family to join me to accept his diploma. At this time, we invite the marshals to escort the graduates forward for congratulatory recognition. Graduates seated on my right, beginning with the College of Natural Sciences and Mathematics, will proceed to the lower stage on my right, alternating with graduates on my left, beginning with the College of Medicine and Life Sciences, who will proceed to the lower stage on the left. After being greeted by their dean and the trustees, graduates are asked to return to their seats and be seated.
College of Natural Sciences and Mathematics, Justin Timothy King. Megan H. McNamee. Andrew Kenneth Kolditz. Layla Ziyad Hajar.
Taylor Jackson.
Dominic Allen Mitchell, Adam Marshall Kane, Eddie Moosa Asuma, Mackenzie Lee Smith, Dylan Almeida, Justin Myers, Mackenzie Henry, Brittany Ann Costa, Emily Sarah Brack, Joel Andrew Clark, Khaled Jouejati, Wesley Ray Moser, Naif Ahmal Renkurel Ali, Nicholas James Levecki, Savannah Vivian Elizabeth Brewer, Danae Elise Cohn, Daniel R. Carmona, Edward Thomas Earl Mills, Alex Michael Post, Sophia Martin Durham, Caitlin Ray Moore, Gurpreet Kaur, Madeline Catherine Johnston, Matthew Adam Johnson, Caroline Marie McGuire, Brandon Mogg, Mohammed Dalha Ansari, Ariyan Rahman, Jacqueline Marie Cower, Jenna Susan Bearden, Colin Kinnersley, Luke Richard Jameson, Caleb T. Thompson, Fallon Elise Corbin, Kayla Ariana Bartley, Ava Marie Ersig, Macy Grace Stover, Adriana Marie Cox, Layla Simbeck, Ashlyn Elizabeth Gurney, Kelsey Ann Depanet, Balu Pushkas, Asil Zuhair Al-Badur, J.C. Noel Waymer, Emma N. Todd, Shudhant Gautam, Ashmeet Singh Raghav, Satkirth Boyapalli, Reese Taylor, Cameron Stewart Doyle, Brett Aaron Pollock, Kylie Yvonne Graham, Anna Marie Higby, Sophia Bittel, Chelsea Mesamachuku Naka, Shreya Rajeshri Roghavendra Koppar, Vijayasri Kakarala,
Atticus Destat,
Hawa Osman Abdullah, Brooklyn Janelle Woods, Sarah Alektiar, Jasmine Waliya, Lakshmi Venkatraman Arakoni, Irina Maximivna Snahoshchenko, Abdullah Adnan Abu Hamid, Ahmed Lazrek, Anish Yalavarthi, Alice Liu, Marcela Leah Garcia, Lily Lauren Adamovich, Morgan Lee Leonard, Emma Ann Honnell,
Suraj Savidev,
Preman Guru Paran, College of Medicine and Life Sciences, Christina Flora Annabelle Vargas, Anaga Nathan, Carly Josephine Carbon, Rimsha Rizwan, Rebecca Beatrice Surkanu, Allison Albright, Matthew Scott Whiting, Riley Lamar Griffin, Thomas Andrew Westgirdes, College of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences, Parker T. Sinnott, Hayden James Baker, Silas Cash, Addison Brooks Casillas, Aidan James Farmer, Taha Naveed, Sama Ahmad Jaroush, Josie Isabel Kuth, Gabriela Miranda Lichasur Aguilar,
Palak Sani,
Priya Castellana Maneri, Trevor Joseph Poltorek, Eleanor Sophia Groundslauber, Rhoda Afua Buafu, Cale Joseph Wright. Vanessa Lauren Pietricatello. Hemil Sureshbhai Patel. Zachary T. Fenbert. Kaichun Erwan Thor. Michaela R. Strauss. Nathan Kim Lee. Madison Elise Farinars. Grace Dalton. Luis Angel Fuentes. Judith Herb College of Arts, Social Sciences and Education. Megan Rose Reeder. Tahani Sudani Baeza Owi. Sonia Ann Zas. Amy Brenthopt. Thomas Packard. Janice Ariel Curl. Eva Adora Frost Murnan. Lady Anna Ritzema. Cole Patrick Petrowski.
Blake Biabruki.
Amir Michael Commander. Matthew Hunter Gerwin. Faith Mackenzie Risen. Haley S. Goodridge. Claire Elise Logan. Sydney Lynn Galloway. Adam Michael Stormer. Curtis Anthony Horvath. Lillian Ida Marie Saum. Nulani Lynn Bayrise. Lucy Bogart. Abigail Grace Papenfus. Ileana Catherine Isabella Herrera. Lena Marie Alexis Kutcher. Ella Marie Foshag. Elliot Serena Benter. Tatum Olivia Hartford. Isaac Hernandez Gomez. Emma Rose Conzel. Madison Joe Manson. Quentin Leroy Pickett Jr. Rupert Anthony Buno. Matthew Sterling Nash. Kieran John McSweeney. Christian James Madden. Andrew Allen Painter. Adele Josephine Corrente. Claire Reese Dowling. Cecilia Helen Reynolds. Ann Walsh. Medhawi Chao Lagain. Colin Jacob Heberling, Athena Lighty, Nicholas Glenn Dewitz, Brooke May Furfaro, Victoria Kristen Gonzalez, Laura Ashley Robinson Randall, Michael Dudley McDaniel III, James Chandler Mercer, George Thornton Grossman, Maria Dulce Pfizer, Maya Simone Burks, Kennedy J. Russell, Seda Victoria Getsoyan, Melanie Marie Cox, Alexis Nicole Brown, Jacqueline Dorn, Jordan Christopher Blake,
Janaya Jones,
William Andrew Delwayne Gibbs Hurd, Ayana Amari Alls, Morgan Tiana Liggins, London Diane Toney, Nathan David Snook, Eliana Nicole Dodderman,
Caroline Ernie,
Livia Ann Hurst, Jocelyn Guadalupe Machado, Cadence Constance Hahn,
congratulations,
Martiz Tavalis Powell Jr., Ariane Jordan, Alexander Peter Clucky, Ava Michelle Moses, Adele Hunkar, Alexa Godostik, Jason Alexander Mansour, Hayden Christopher Lamprecht, Hannah Sam Gazui, Ethan J. Schaefer, Carissa Gale Sharp, Annie Catherine Bell, Macy Rose Becker, Kale A. Chiesa, Quiniqua Unique Pratt, Adia Faye Thomas, Peyton William Schmitz, James Rutu Floyd III, Isaac Shalom Rubin,
Joseph Bishop, Evan LeBeau,
Sydney Mockenstern, Catherine Jenna Patterson, Ananya Chatterjee, Brenna Grace Murphy, Allison Nicole Mitchell, Tristan Lee Durdell, Reagan Rebecca Rhodes. Gracie Marie Tenney.
Mandione Ngaya.
Taj Lonell Fisher. Kevon Brewster. Gabriella K. DeVage. Madison Ann Martinez. Kayla Marie Marsh. Rachel Joy Reed. Taylor Lynn Jenkins. Olivia Marie Topolsky. Abby Grace Klawan. Cadence Rose Cosgrove. Emily Kathleen Bella. Kaylee May Harp. Olivia Catherine Criddlebaugh. Asa Marshall Criddlebaugh. Joshua Lavelle Blue. Alexander S. Devenny. Eliana Catherine Papadis. Albert J. Reineck. Soprama Bujel. Braden Andrew Lapointe. Ty Andrew Delliman. Asmahan A. Abdul. Tammy Sue Young. Ashley Fox Hall. Brooklyn R. Brown. Emma Alyssa Paff. James Dean Walters. Miranda R. Henson. Diana R. Cerniak. Sanisha Davon Louise Blewett. Emma Jane Meyer. Jessica Clay. Carrington Ann Jordan. Mackenzie Irene Stewart. Mariana Ashraf Zayed. Morgan Elizabeth Palmer. Jocelyn Grace Kleberger. Benedicta Lady Bianca Apana Akapadi. Lilia Moria Bella Bishop. Emily K. Gessner. Kelsey Page Smith. Faith M. Uberoth. Joshua Charles Miller. Jack Michael Monroe. Zachary David Kopanias. Brandon Kyle Porter. Sarah Camilla Porter. Caroline Grace Schramm. Madison Jenny Samples. Madeline Rose Romans. Adele Neva Webster. Elizabeth K. Markham. Faith Ann Dotson. Emma Osborne. Kyle August Sell. Deshaun Othniel Johnson. James Edward Price, Marissa Keene, Abha Aditya Agarwal, Charvet Deloney Williams, Cielo Magdalena Caputo, Emma Birdsell, Rachel Alexis Costanza, Vincent Louis Heimbaugh, Kenneth John Konoff, Cora Sue DeLeon, Haley Scott, Ricardo Hernandez Galvan, Emma Unfritsch, Aliyah Ajanai Horton, Liana Mohammed Taha El Far, Grayson Apollo Johnson, Cole Ashton Zielinski, Ashley Irene Koss, Angelica Molatla, Felix Steinhauer, Rihanna Jean Swartzfager, Shane Richard Kinney, Cassidy Shea Fowler, Angel Esparza, Lillian Ann Holmes, Riley Elizabeth Burr, Sydney Anastasia Lane, C.J. Kaufman, Destiny Elise Burton, Maximilian Albert Matoline, Celine Fadi Ramadan, Valeria Lizcano, Jeff Snavely, Brandon Michael Canty, Brianna Nelson, Chase Edward J. Collingsworth, Cara Michelle Bolton, Cassandra Danielle Durham, Jessica Ann Goodman, Audrey Lauren Wheeler, Jessica Ann Riggs, Miriam Musuruk Schroeder, Becca Jean Casey, Lamin Cha Win, Luke Christian Reams-Nider, Grace Elizabeth Marie Schweitzer, Brooke Nicole Wise, Lauren Ann Bain, Catherine Rummel, Lauren Elizabeth Ellis, Royce Kathleen Boltemeyer, Jennifer Marie Ortiz, Kennedy Jordan Etz, Josephine Ebony Stark, Carly Reese Grzegorczyk, Miranda Ann Portentoso, Alexis Joy Januszewski, Kaylee Elizabeth Ziegler. William Tyrone Turner IV. Genesis Samantha Lopez.
Jumana Almasan.
Laylee Broussard. Keely Elizabeth Kohler. DeAndre Cartledge. Zoe Alexis Manus. Jana Slegers. Paula Pavillard Salvador. Alina Kathleen Alvarado. Kema Estelle Amakri. Darrell Jerome Beddingfield, Jr. Nico Quinn Foster. The Marquand Andre Denby. Trenton Arve. Chloe Jean Maurer. Mathieu Rochelle. Sarah Grace McKell Fresh. Marissa Ann King. Mackenzie Taylor Lynn Joseph. Isaiah Pugh. Chase Allen Bennett. Ashley Nicole Keaton. Nicole Ray Vaughn. Letitia Garza. Ladrina Unique Reed. Brelisa Raquel Love. Mackenzie Starr Miller. William E. Conesney. Rowan Scott Beck. Mattie Swanger. Kayla Rain Bacon. Madison Page Adre. Samantha Davis. Damian Michael Clay. Jillian Amaya Reed.
Sherry Shreem.
Jana Adele Berg. Haley Mia Salvatore. Haley Turco. Kira Catherine Finnerty.
Rachel Hindigas. Caitlin Applegate.
Abigail Elizabeth Lee Davis. Lindsay J. Bykowski. Kayla L. Hurd. Gabriella Brzezinski. Autumn Elizabeth Jeffers. Emily Elizabeth Ann Lamar. Caitlin Amelia Flemings. Katie Amanda Augustiniak. Kimberly Elaine Davidson. Joshua River Harwell. Lily Grace Liptow.
Michaela McGill.
Ethan Richard Spoth. Annie Grace McFarland. Caitlin Marie Petrie. Jill Marie Cromer. McKenna R. Nunez. Brooke Lynn Ankney. Ellie Josephine Hurst. Lillian Grace Powers. Jocelyn Wiltinger. Rachel Marie Seekins. Emma Leanne Jersky. Rachel Kulashevsky. Elizabeth Sun Jung Finn. Kylie Elise Berry. Maria Christina Varner. Bailey Noel Bauman. Alicia Lynn Clooney. Peyton Danielle Henry. Griffith Masters Brzezinski. Kelsey Ray McClellan. Mariah Amor Beltran. Lily Madeline Grossman. Alicia Lynn Laderack. Rylan Suwana Wing. Bailey Nevea Ranta. Sydney Grace Straka. Keegan James Giddens. Stephen Benjamin Mehno. Alishba Ansari. Isabella M. Francis. Jared David Mitchie. Lauren Elizabeth Eakes. Callie Brianne Durham. Janette Michelle Durham. Macy Lynn Lobenthal. Caitlin Nicole Schaefer. Macy Marie Ellerbrock. Gabriella Nicole Anderson. Marissa May Gonzalez. Adam Howard Davis. Patricia May Coyle. Olivia Lucille Cutler. Thomas Gerald Jonathan Maples. Alasia Sharon Smith. Terrail Ammon Edward Frosch Jr. Amari Mael Williams. College of Engineering, Kayla Ann Pack. Mohammed Talal Hussam El-Shamalia. Mustafa Hussein Chuaib. Moamel Sharafna. Mark Randall Halter. Jacob Michael Thaxton. Aaron Puderbaugh. Marissa L. Hargrave. Caitlin Michelle Miller. Tyson B. Garner. G. Avan Armand Chirette Jackson. Jaden Lavelle Woodson. Bethany Page McCutcheon. Cassandra Marie Bryant. Fatima Jafar. Jack Robert Spees. Amer Husni Hyder Osman. Simon Lert Zayarath. Michael Thomas Rich. Michael James Sims Jr. Jacob Sard. Justin Gregory Fent. Maxwell Alexander Polpent. Luke J. Kalanicki. Eric John Carter Radabaugh. Ethan Samuel Ritchie. Julian B. Luman. Joshua Paul Reichert. Caleb Campbell Sotheran. Ezekiel James Burkholder. Tyler James Hespy. Ha Lee. Sarah Renum Sarter. Daniela Oziomachi Ajaero. Sydney Maria Wilford. Isaac Thomas Monin. Ayushrajan Nakati. Jatin Suman Harminder Sharma. Cody Matthew Foley. Megan Dobos. Fatima Ahmed Al Nasser. Shaima Hamdallah. Omar Al Bakri. Kyle Jacob Wagner. Jacob Ryan Rogers. Isabel Tan. Edmund T. Karangwa. Brandon Emmanuel Thomas Kelly. Lakshmi Venkatesh Revanuru. Sai Sharvan Karanam. Uma Maheswar Reddy Maram. Siam Sundar Nalamekala. Clayton Alexander Dollison. Claire Patricia Schaefer, Isabella Marianne Rourke, Jacob Blaise Priester, Sophia Ann Ferranti, Emma Kennedy Shoeboy, Quinn Chisholm Ezekwueme, Jacob Michael Wagner, Morgan Schimmel, Dominic Ryan Russwinkle, Jasmine Marie Wallace, Alejandro Castillo, Kosiso Chukwu Henry Onyemaubi, Chinonso Chibwanyim Nwogu, Bryant Levon Greer, Tabari Nasir Saunders, Najimdeen Abdel Khalik, Jason Michael Cheney, William Gordon Kaufman, Trevor William Schimler, Abigail Grace Long, Ryan John Cayley, Alicia Eckleberry, Luke David Yoakum, Blake Arthur Presser, Logan Bennett Ward, Brendan Hipp, Logan Timothy Roski, Fatima Shukri Alhamed, Jacob T. Geiger, Miles Allen Stager, Phoebe Shin Wong, Bryant Chuan Yu Niu, Shi Ching Ung, Nicholas William Hovest, Antonio Michael Icoangeli, Tyler James Swartz, Tejas Pravin Tinguria, Samuel Robert Penix, Brian William Keene, Siddharth Mahesh, Habib Sawamimo, Nisant Lamishane, Nishan Bhusal, Diptesh Shahi Thakuri, Darshan Pandey, Jasper B. Perry, Nathan Frederick Snyder, Joseph Michael Schultz Sr., Gage Andrew Faganis, Bo Douglas Haney, Matthew Edward Silvernail, Rachel Renee Mousseau, Griffin Ivy, Avneet Singh, Jasnoor Singh Bajaj, Jacob Michael Potkanowitz, Owen M. Kitts, Tori Ray Slomka, Kang Hua, Denai Rachel Jindra, Nabil Mohammed El Tawil, Christian Eric Lewis Behrens, Allison Hope Macbeth,
Saeed Bakr Al-Jafri. Thamir Mohammed Al-Dasari.
Badr Hilal Al-Sadoun Sr., Akash Suyash Sapatneker, Keegan Andrew Roberts, Simran Shekhar, Bandit Sanjay Sukadia, Edward Reed Labo, Abdul Aziz Abdul Qayyum Malkani, Vaishnavi Ravindra Rashmi Dalvi, Ahmed Gulwadi, Shriya Nikhil Gundale, John Best Sebastian, Aaron Samuel, Joshua Miguel Pereira, Swarai Moore,
And Nadia Mohammed.
I now invite Mr. William Pierce, Associate Vice President for Alumni Engagement, to welcome our graduates into the distinguished ranks of the University of Toledo alumni community.
President Holloway, trustees, distinguished guests, faculty, staff, families, friends, and most importantly, graduates. Today, you join a powerful network of over 176,000 living alumni spanning 19 college and special interest affiliates in 28 chapters worldwide. On behalf of the University of Toledo Alumni Association, congratulations and welcome to our proud Rocket family. Your journey with UToledo doesn't end here. It's just the beginning. To celebrate, you're receiving a complimentary one-year membership in the Alumni Association. This is your passport to lifelong connections, career opportunities, and a global community ready to support you. Our Rocket Senior Class Gift Campaign saw seniors give back to our beloved university and recognizing a person who has influenced their journey here, earning the purple philanthropy cord many of you wear today. Thank you for starting your Rocket legacy and making a difference for future Rockets. Special thanks to our alumni marshals who return to campus often to give back. Graduates, I hope you will follow their lead. Stay engaged, stay connected, and collaborate with us to enrich your life for years to come. Wherever you go, you'll find rockets ready to welcome you. Your membership begins now. Welcome to the Rocket Alumni family. TOL.
Welcome again to the University of Toledo alumni family. As our newest graduates, we are counting on you to support UToledo's continued success as an ambassador for your university. We are proud of our strong tradition of UToledo alumni lifting up the next generation of rockets. So stay connected to UToledo and help other students achieve their dreams by attending your alma mater. We also need you to show rocket pride wherever you go. You are an important part of our history and our future. You are proof of the life-changing impact a UToledo education can have for our graduates and for future generations. As we conclude today's ceremony, I want to again recognize the special people whose love, support, and sacrifice have ensured your presence here today. To these individuals in your cheering sections, I want to say thank you. Thank you for reaching out to your graduate to offer advice, for listening when they needed encouragement, for boosting their confidence when they doubted themselves, and for laughing when they needed to have their spirits lightened. Graduates, please join me one more time in a round of applause for these family members, friends, loved ones who could not, including those not here today. Thank you. Additionally, I want to thank the many UToledo staff members who worked to plan this commencement ceremony. Let's give a round of applause to everyone who helped create this celebration to remember. At this time, will all of the graduates from the College of Natural Sciences and Mathematics please rise? Will all of the graduates from the College of Medicine and Life Sciences please rise? Will all of the pharmaceutical science graduates please rise? Will all of the graduates in arts, sciences, social sciences, and education please rise? Will all of the engineering graduates please rise? Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2026. Thank you. I'd also especially like to thank the folks over here who tried to start the wave. It was really cute. As we conclude today's ceremony, we invite all graduates and alumni to please rise for the singing of our alma mater led by Sarah Porter. Others may be seated. Those wearing academic regalia should remain standing for the recessional. All others are asked to be seated following the alma mater and to remain seated until all graduates have exited. Thank you.
Blue.
Applause.